So what do I do to inspect my bike for the new season? I'll show you. Yep, that's good.
Wait, where are you going?
I'll be back. Ha! You did not gonna say that, did you?
That's what you always say.
Hello YouTube, and welcome to the 7th video in the MBC Think Biker Challenge. This one is the letter I for inspection. And it says, what do you do to inspect your bike for the new season? Well, I ride all year round, so there isn't really a new season as such for me. But there is still some extra checks and some changes that does get done to the bike. So approaching winter, what I would normally do is, well, on top of all my other normal daily pre-ride checks, you know, just to check the tyres, the brakes, and coolant level, brake fluid level, oil level, that sort of thing. I would also check that the heated grips are working, because when it's cold, you kind of need them. Also, once it does start getting colder, I will be putting the handguards back on just to help a bit with the wind. So I'll be putting them back on and wiring them back up. Now before I did just have them spliced into one of the other wires in there with some electrical tape, but I think what I'll do this time is wire them in properly with some proper connectors so they're easily disconnectable, ready for next time. So because I ride all year round, and through the winter that can take its toll on the bike, and you do have to be really aware of some things. Mainly the brakes, really, and the chain. That seems to be the worst affected areas of riding in the winter when you get all the salt and road crap built up everywhere. So usually in the summer, on my daily checks, I won't do this every day, but usually at least once a week if I can, I'll put the bike on the centre stand and just give the wheels a spin, make sure they spin freely and that the brakes aren't binding. In the winter that will be more of a daily thing, because once the salt gets on the pistons and stuff, they tend to lock it in place quite quickly. So that's something you need to sort of keep on top of. And to keep on top of that, I mean, Del Boy's Garage does some great videos on that sort of thing. But yeah, what I'm going to do is take the front caliper off. Stop laughing. I'll take the front caliper off, get a bit of hot soapy water and a toothbrush and just give it a good scrub around the pistons. Just pump the pistons out, give it a good scrub around the pistons and push them back in. Put it all back on, and that sort of keeps it all working freely rather than getting seized up. Ideally, what I could do is every time I go out in the winter, when I get back, I can just give the bike a quick hose down with some clean water. That will probably help a bit with the salt, but still, it's always going to just get in places, and it's just horrible. So, throughout the winter, frequent cleans of the bike, extra checks, certainly on the brakes, because if the brakes are binding and you've got that cold weather, it's wet and icy, you don't want the front wheel locking up on you, or the back wheel, for that matter. That's mainly it, really, from what I can think of. It's just the normal daily and weekly checks that you do anyway, just with a bit of extra attention in certain areas, certainly for winter. So that's it. I would have liked to have done a bit of a demonstration of me taking the caliper off and giving it a screw out and things like that, but I just haven't got time to do it, I'm afraid. So you'll just have to make do with what I've told you. I'm trying to think if there is anything else. I'm sure there's something else. I've probably missed it. I don't know. Basically, road crap and salt. Wash it off as best as you can. Yeah, cleaning the chain more frequently through the winter, because obviously, yeah, it gets all gunked up a lot quicker what it does in the winter than what it does throughout the summer when it's all nice and dry. So yeah, that's it really. Thank you all for watching. Ride safe, and remember, of course, think bike, think biker, all year round, because there are bikers that ride in the winter, you know. They don't just come out of the woodwork in the summer. It may seem like it, but no. Some of us do ride all year round. Some of that's by choice, some of it isn't. Mine's by choice, because I have access to a car. So, I choose to be wet and cold throughout the winter, rather than being in a nice warm car. Something wrong with me. Anyway, that'll do. Think bike, think biker. Ta-da. Yeah, I was coming back to the office up the A6, just north of Leicester, and as I'm approaching the junction that I was getting off at, it's a lot deeper. It's a deeper
red BMW with its hazard lights on in the middle of the
like
cross hatching
between